Oh. Sorry about that. So I got major gas. 3 sandwiches. They were small sandwiches, but basically broccoli rabe sandwiches with provolone. Broccoli rabe sandwiches, provolone, and Genoa salami. Some nice thin sliced Genoa salami, with a nice slice of provolone, some roasted red peppers, broccoli rabe. Oh, hey, Todd, what's up? Good morning, Todd. The bread was a French baguette. It's very nice. Cut it right down the middle. And I made all these delicious little sandwiches. The bitter but bold broccoli rabe with a mild provolone. Mild provolone. A thinly sliced Genoa salami. And the freshness of a roasted red pepper right on top. Right on top. No drizzle, no nothing like that. And I went bite after bite after bite after bite until it was no longer. It was so delish. So delish. Now I'm headed to the local Dunkin' Donuts. He'll get an extra large coffee with cream and sugar. Start my day off right. Yep. Hey, Adolf Hitler. It's 60. Wait, what is it outside right now? 71 on the East Coast right now. 71. I just smoked a massive blunt I got on sale at the dispensary yesterday. Oh, you sound exactly like Bianca Dupree. Now that she's got a job, she thinks that she's better than everyone else. She might only be working 2 days a week, but she still thinks she's better than everyone else now because she can buy the joints on sale at the dispensary. I'm mastering one. Okay, awesome comedy flu. Awesome. Bruno. Top G. Comedy flu. I think that's going to be like a staple of the live stream from now on. Like if I have a guest, we're just going to pretend we end the live stream and then we're going to do an encore where we just in private bash the audience and tell everyone how much we hate them. We think they're scumbags. I'm not driving, Elon. What do you think about that? Prove that I'm driving. You can't, because you're not rich enough. I'll be back. I did Backstreet Boys better. When Jack Jackson thinks he's Elon. Romanian music is beautiful. The Romanians used to be the fucking lapdogs for the Soviets. Or was it the Bulgarians? I think it was the Bulgarians. But it doesn't matter. It's the same shit. Same shit. Smoking USA hard pack 100s Reds. Does anyone else keep a bag in their car so you can throw garbage in? I keep. So this is the thing. Like whenever I get a bag now, because bags are very. You can't get bags here anymore in Jersey or New York. They still give them out, but Jersey they don't give out plastic bags anymore. You can barely get any bags. When I get one, I keep it in my car. There's a garbage bag. I have garbage in my car. I toss it in the bag, and when the bag is full, right, I'll like wrap it up. I'll tie it into a knot, like the top parts where you get the handle part. I tie it into a knot and throw it right in the garbage can. I don't know if anyone else does that. Hey, Rick. Heidi, good morning. How are you, Heidi? We had Vlad the Impaler. Oh. Is Vlad the Impaler like George Washington is to us or Abraham Lincoln? Like you got Vlad the Impaler. Which, by the way, Vlad the Impaler gets a really bad rap. And for some strange reason, I don't know why. I mean, the guy basically saved all of Europe from invaders. Well, certain parts of Europe. But you know what I mean. I mean, think about it. I guess he wasn't, I mean it's pretty atrocious. It's pretty horrible, but I mean, if you think about it, it's not that bad. Yeah. Oh, hey, Ireland, how are you? Soldier 49. I don't know what the Irish have done for Europe. I'm trying to think about that. Like, what have the Irish contributed to Europe? If anyone can answer that, because I have no idea what Ireland has done for Europe, or contributed to Europe, or to the European infrastructure. But potatoes? No. Everyone, they got potatoes everywhere. I'm talking about like the history of Europe. Like what have they done for Europe? It's kind of like one of those like do nothing islands off Europe. They really didn't do anything. I'm trying to think really hard. I'm trying to go back like deep into history. Like all of Ireland's Irish history must be like all like wah 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 wah, poor me, oh oh, me father, me mother. Eh, really nothing. Hmm. Hey, Nancy. Hey, good morning, Eric. Whiskey? Is that it? Is that it? I mean, you had thousands and thousands and thousands of years to create something or make a change in Europe or even the world, and there's really nothing even today. I mean, am I wrong? Aliens? Yeah, but that's all you. God damn it! All right, I just got into a car accident, guys. Someone just hit me. Oh fuck! Oh fuck! No, I'm kidding. But that's it. Just an island of nothing going on. Helped populate half the world. Really? Come on. And didn't Irish people come up with the gay parade in Manhattan? I mean, that's about it. I mean, we handed the football off to the English, and look what they did. They did something great. But you guys, I don't know. Weird. Had sex with America. You never heard of the Irish potato? They said, oh, really? I don't know anything. Again, I'm not trying to make fun or pick on anyone, but Irish people really did nothing for America. I mean, not America, but for Ireland. And Ireland's kind of like one of those, like, it's like Papua New Guinea. You know what I mean? Like, it's like maybe Papua New Guinea was did better things for the world than Ireland has. I don't know. Maybe like kind of like Madagascar. Like Madagascar is a pretty retarded country to come from or to even be part of. Madagascar, I think the average monthly income is like $13. The fuck is that? Is that a fighter jet? Dude, that's a fighter jet. That's a fucking fighter jet. No way. What's that doing here? It went behind the trees. Hold on. I'm not even kidding. There it is. You guys see it? Well, that motherfucker's going down too. It looked like a fighter jet. You know when like jets, they start going like this, but they drop? That's how that thing was. And it was low too. That was weird. It was cruising just like this, like on an angle like that. Like its nose was up like that, but it was like coming down. Oh, you fuck. I need another goddamn fucking mount. Thank God Todd has been donating to the show, because without Todd, none of this stuff would be possible. Thank you, Todd, for the epic donations. No, this channel is not about Ireland. This channel is about pointing out things that no one ever talks about, like how Ireland has done nothing for the world. Like, absolutely nothing. I mean, thousands and thousands and thousands of years. What did you guys do? I'm talking about for the world. Leprechauns, no. Thank you very much, Nico. Thank you. Yeah, Carolyn, what has Ireland done for the world? Really nothing. And has there been an Irish Pope? I mean, you would think that there would have been an Irish Pope. Nothing. Yeah, ask Alexa. I mean, again, I'm not making fun. I'm just saying, like, it's kind of the truth. It's a sad truth. There's many countries like this that have just been like existing for thousands and thousands of years. I'm just surprised that they're even a country, because they haven't even contributed anything. I mean, maybe they had some kind of resource or whatever. You don't like Pride Month? Yeah, in Anne Marie, potatoes were everywhere. Man, potatoes, come on, that's it. You can't say that. You can't say that. You can't say leprechauns. You can't say rainbows and gold pots of gold and stuff like that. You can't. You can't say Guinness. You can't say whiskey or whatever. You can't say that. You can't say the IRA. The IRA is a terrorist organization. Oh, that's awesome, East Texas. When I ask Alexa what Irish is famous for, they say Guinness beer, corned beef. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ireland isn't a good for nothing country. It's a country that exists that has done nothing in the past 5,000 years, 6,000 years, biblically speaking. right? I mean, prove me wrong. I'm not doing a flip. What hasn't Ireland done for everyone? Well, clean water, um, sobriety, um, plumbing, roadways, just like basic infrastructure. That that they've done nothing. They haven't conquered the world, or they haven't taken any. They just lost land. That's it. I mean, they let the English just take half their country. I mean, they haven't done a lot. Like, the only time I think the Irish people have become somewhat recognized is when they came to the United States. You know, that's about it. But if you think about it, I mean, they haven't. No, come on, guys. Guys, start getting real. This is a real question. It's a real question. I need some answers, please. You love the way they talk? Don't they say fodder? Fodder? Instead of father, they'll say fodder, mother. What else do they say? Stupid. Yes, Cindy. I totally. Cindy, it was a joke, Cindy. It was a goof. It was just a goof, Cindy. I was goofing. But thank you for asking, Cindy. Yep. Fodder Ted. Where the fuck am I? Where the fuck am I? This way. I think this is the way to go. I think we go down this way. There's another one. Dude, they're like, I swear to God, man, they're like these gray or green, like They look like bombers or something like that. Just don't know where the hell they're coming out of. They're bigger than jet fighters. No, I'm not seeing. You know what's really weird is I'm not seeing any. I'm not seeing any like commercial, like anywhere, which is weird. Usually you can see like a couple, you know. I'm not seeing shit. Did something happen? I know it's Juneteenth or whatever. Oh, that's right. Am I working today? Yeah, I'm working today. Did anyone get off today? Did anyone get off today? Oh, shit. I don't want that. Please play music, Runta. You have today off, really? Yeah, my Irish roots came here in 1736, a school teacher from Ireland on an England grant, land grant. Really? It's wild. Yeah, I don't know what Ireland has done for anything or anyone. I'm not saying they're not good people. Like the same thing with like people of Madagascar and all these other worthless countries. But I don't think you guys have pulled. I don't think you guys have pulled your own weight. You know, I think everyone's been pulling it for you. Hey, Ricky Morrison, how are you? Your forehead has conquered more than Ireland. Happy Pride Month, yes. I work with this Brazilian guy, right? And this is where I'm starting to realize that everyone's jumped the shark with this bullshit. And he goes, what's tomorrow? I said, it's Juneteenth. And he goes, yeah. He goes, what is it? He goes, I've been living here 13 years. He goes, I never heard of this shit. I'm like, yo, it's like, I think the fucking slaves were freed or something like that. I don't know. And he goes, so what is it? I'm like, I don't know, dude. He goes, but people are off. I'm like, I don't know. He goes, is it new? I'm like, listen. I'm like, in 20 years, if you live long enough, there's going to be every month is going to have at least 5 or 6 holidays in it. 5 or 6. Every month. Because everyone's fucking special or something like that. And how do you celebrate freeing the slaves? Is that what it is? Can anyone tell me what Juneteenth is? And why does it have anything to do with black people? Like, why is it just black if there were other slaves than just black people? Yeah, but isn't that the 4th of July? Don't we celebrate our freedom? Right? I mean, don't we celebrate our freedom on 4th of July? Or independence? I don't know. Yeah, are we gonna discredit all the other races that were slaves in the United States? By No, we can't do that. So let's let's do a Febteenth for someone else, for another race of people. So stupid. I mean, talk about segregation. Now you're segregating people from holidays, which is weird. Like, this is our day. This is our day. What does that mean? It's segregation. This is Black History Month. This is our month. And if you try to celebrate can you imagine a Black History Month? Like, I want to celebrate Black History Month, and I start wearing a dashiki, and I start fucking like, I'm like, oh, great, this is great. You know, they would call me a racist. They would say that I was somehow cultural appropriation. Is that what it's called? I'd be accused of that. Um, it's like you can't even celebrate these holidays because you are not that, which is really bizarre. Move if you're gay. Yeah, I'm gay. From New Jersey. We're going to be going into Manhattan. Well, actually, we're going to be going into Brooklyn. That's the point? What, to segregate? Through holidays? Holiday segregation? So, as someone who grew up Catholic, right? I remember on Christmas we would throw a Christmas party, and I remember the Muslims would come over, the Jews would come over. You know, everyone was over our house. We never said, "Oh, you can't do this, you can't do this." It's like it's insensitive. And even Halloween, the holiday where everyone worships death, right? People dress up in ridiculous costumes is even considered insensitive. People tried to make sense of this shit. People tried, but it's not working out. Everyone's starting to wake up. Everyone's starting to realize that this stuff is bullshit. All of it. And I think the reason why it lasted so long, and hear me out, I really do believe this. The reason why it lasted so long was because people were trying to like understand it, and they were pretending like they understood it. But now they're just like, no, fuck this. I'm not doing this. It's like getting a gym membership. You know, the idea is good. The idea is good, but then when you start doing it, it's like, nah, I'm not going back there. Fuck this shit. Those people are crazy there. I'm not going back to that gym. I mean, you want to live your life like that. You want to eat that food. You want to do all that. Go right ahead. You know what I mean? Go right ahead. I, Jenna, I really believe this. You know, I'm starting to. I mean, people. A man that's only been here 13 years is like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, David, explain this to me. I'm looking at him like, I can't explain it. I'm like, dude, I live in the same world you do, and it's ridiculous. I don't know. Is it ridiculous to celebrate the end of slavery? No. Uh, the best is when Martin Luther King Day in my school. I remember in high school, Martin Luther King Day would come around, and all the black kids. We had like maybe like 4 or 5 black kids, and they wouldn't show up to school. We didn't get the day off. This was around 1997, 1998. So anywhere from like 1994 to 1998, we didn't get off. We observed it, you know, but we didn't get off. And all the black kids would stay home. And the next day, which I thought was kind of ridiculous, because it's like, come on, they're black. But like, they would have to report down to the nurse's office. They would have to come in with an excuse for why they weren't in school. And they were like, well, it was Martin Luther King Day. So I used to show up late to school every day because my ride was constantly smoking weed. And I'm sitting there, and this black kid comes into the nurse's office. She's like, where were you yesterday? Comes in with a note, and let me ask you a question. She goes, you staying home from school, right? What good does that do, like, for what is that doing for black people, you staying home from school that day? And she had a good point. Like, what are you doing on Martin Luther King Day that's so special? Like, what are you, lighting candles? Are you like praying to Martin Luther King God or something like that? Are you fasting? Like seriously, what are you doing on these days? Like, are you? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd probably say if you could be a fly on the wall to all these people that take off for Martin Luther King Day and all these holidays, they're all just getting high. They're all just getting high and jerking off, or fucking and watching YouTube. I don't know. Nobody's doing anything. Nobody's changing the world on that day. Nobody's taking the time to like read a book or learn more about. I mean, maybe someone is, but the majority, no. Remembering the person? Well, that's my point. Like, how are they doing it? I mean, a man was murdered. A man was murdered for speaking up and telling truth, right? And what do you do on that day? You get high. That's really weird. Maybe you sleep in. I don't know. Should we consider an 18-year-old as a kid? So, in my opinion, when you're 15 years old, right? Or at least this is how it was for me. When I was 15 years old, I got my learner's permit to drive a car. By 16, I got my license. I remember I was fully driving at 16. That's a big deal. Now, in my opinion, 16-year-olds are kids, 15-year-olds are kids, but you're giving them this humongous responsibility. All right. 18-year-olds right now in the United States have basically no responsibility whatsoever. I kind of feel like they're kids. I really do. If we're gonna treat 18-year-olds as adults, then they have to have responsibilities as an adult. And like, what do you really let them drink? Let them drink. Let them gamble. Let them fucking smoke cigarettes. Let them do everything that an adult can do. Right? Give them those responsibilities. But we don't want to. We want to treat them like children, but then we're gonna say, "Oh, you're an adult." I think it has everything to do with responsibility. I mean, I'm going to tell you something right now. I know there's some 15-year-olds out there right now that are probably more adult than half the adults on YouTube. I mean, let's be honest. We treat 40-year-olds like children or 50-year-olds like children. Look at Bergs. Look at Buckethead. Buckethead is fucking, that guy gets coddled every day. That's a real 50-year-old man. Let's go back to Tranquility. That's pretty clever. I haven't heard of that one before, Paul. Yeah, good job. My son's been in the military since he's 18, but he still can't legally. This I don't get it. I never understood that. We're when you say military, let's be honest. Let's be honest. You're giving these people that aren't able to drink alcohol machine guns, tanks, fucking fighter jets, and you're just saying, yeah, let's go at it. Go at it. That's really, really bizarre. Someone did explain it to me like this. They're like, Dave, you got to give them like a little bit. You can't throw it all in, at once. And what I've noticed is that a lot of these parents don't want to let go of their children. And I think it's not for the kids, it's for the parents. The parents don't want to let go of their children. So they make these stupid laws, you know. Like you can send them off to war, right? You can turn them into fucking killers. I'm not gonna say murderers, but I mean, I think a lot of these guys when they come back from these wars, they understand what they did, and it doesn't make sense to them, and it wasn't a game, it wasn't whatever, and it was people murdering each other. I hate to use that word, and it fucks them up for life. And they were like, yeah, when you're 21, you could drink, you can gamble, you can smoke. Pride preview is not surprising. Again, if you're talking about my video, what I experienced, it was just a couple assholes there, but those couple assholes, right, turned out to be an organization called the Rockland Pride Center, and the Rockland Pride Center still hasn't returned my calls. Nothing like that. No one's ever reached out to me to talk to me about this. And what they did was, I didn't tell you guys this, but when I was walking around the festival, they had someone follow me and go to all the booths and tell them not to talk to me. I mean, can you imagine that? Think about this. They're telling people not to talk to certain people because of a bracelet. That's insane. Whatever happened to freedoms? I'm not a Ku Klux Klan member. I'm not a fucking Nazi. I'm not a communist. I'm not a fucking whatever. anti-homosexual, whatever. I'm not. All right. And you had people follow me around, and I have it recorded, Rockland Psych Center, or whatever the hell your name is. I have it recorded. I recorded the people doing it, and I was treated like a piece of shit at that festival because I wore this. There's no swastikas on this. There's no like fuck black people or whatever the hell it is, or kill gays. There's nothing like that on this. Thank you, Ghost 217. I just asked it because I'm 18 plus and I consider myself. Listen, biblically speaking, all right, Electric Danger, you become a man once you're confirmed. Once you are, all the Jews out there, when you get your bat mitzvah or bar mitzvah or whatever, you're now a woman, you're now a man. I don't know. That's just the truth. In the eyes of the law, you are an adult, but you can't do what adults do. It doesn't make any sense. Now, I lived through it. Most of us watching this have lived through it. It's wrong. Who was following you at the gay pride thing? Organizers or volunteers from the Rockland Pride Center. They followed me through I think it was off Main Street, and they went to all the booths and talked to them and pointed me out and said, don't talk to that guy. And the way I confirmed it was I went to one of those booths and they said, no, we're not interested. And they told me to get out of there. Because of this. And the Rockland Pride Center still hasn't reached out to me. I called them several times. It's already here. It's already here, Casbah. They already signed the bill. I told this to everybody. I want to say about 4 months ago. I said, if you have a 15-year-old son or daughter, you better hold on to them real tight. Tell them you love them, because this is coming. This is coming, and now it's here, and something big is about to happen, and you might be forced to be separated from them because of another man's decision, or a bunch of men's decisions. Thank you, Tuffy. Did that experience make you feel like you lived in a democratic country, Noodles? Yeah, because at the end of the day, right? I'm gonna tell you why it did. Because at the end of the day, they can do that shit, right? But they can bitch and complain, and people can be negative, but they can't stop me from walking the streets. They can't stop me from fucking recording or asking people questions or speaking my mind. They can't do that. They wish they could. They wish they could. And if they could, they would have. They absolutely would have. And they pushed it to the max. They pushed it to the max. And this is how important a democratic society is. Living in a republic, you have the right as a citizen to basically tell these people to go fuck off. I think it's amazing. Maybe if it was in another country, if these people were more powerful than me, they had more rights than me because of what they were and not what they did, I would have been locked up. I probably would have been tortured. I might even be executed. They threatened my job if I didn't take the American flag bumper sticker off my truck. Only time I was thankful for the union. Really? This is what I don't understand. Just a touch. I'm not. I don't fly any flags. I don't. I've always said this. I don't. I don't vote. I don't fly any flags. As an American, you don't need to do any of that because you're protected by by the Constitution. It's a document that was written for everybody. You don't need to do any of this shit. They can't take anything away from you. Nothing like that. If they do, they're in violation of it, and the penalty is death for them. What I don't understand is why can I burn an American flag, right? And it's considered in Article 10. It's considered it's considered freedom of speech. But if you were to do that to any other flag, especially a rainbow flag or an LGBTQ flag, it's considered hate speech or a hate crime. It doesn't make any sense. Can you burn the Constitution? Is that considered freedom of speech? I don't know. I think there's some people that want to, you know. Yeah, just a touch. There's people out there that want to take shit away from you because it bothers them. It bothers them. That's the only reason. And this is why I'm so pro Second Amendment too. It bothers people. It scares people that other human beings own guns and have the right to protect themselves. You know what I mean? I think that's fabulous. I think that's something that is the ultimate freedom. You're allowed to do this. I mean, in other countries, they look at that. They're like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're allowed to do that." Because you're not free. You're not considered a human being. You're considered property of the state. Let's be honest. People that live in these countries where you're not allowed to own this, you're not allowed to, because you're property of the state. Do you know what a permit means? Do you know what? Google a permit and find out exactly what a permit is. A permit is permission given to you by the state to do something that is irrehensible. I forgot the word that they used. So for instance, on Sunday, they can give you a permit to cut throats of dogs. Now, you might not agree with it, but the state is telling everyone he has permission to do this. It's something that other people would consider I don't think that's the word. I don't want to use it. But that's what that is. You go out and kill 100 ducks every Saturday. Why do you need to kill 100 ducks? Because the state allows me to do it. The state's giving me permission. That's what a permit is. And all you people that live in these states and these countries. I mean, I live in New Jersey. New Jersey sucks as far as fucking giving. It's like, oh, thank you. Also, gay people out there. Let me tell you something. All you gay people that are getting married, just remember this. Just remember this. You had to beg. You had to beg the government to allow you to do something. The government gave you that. All these women that are out there voting, the government allows you to do that. Just remember that. The government allows you. Don't ask them for fucking permission. Don't. That's why I never understood it. I never understood that. I'll be right back. And I'm gonna fart without permission. Oh. Why isn't one talking about this? Please protect this country from upcoming generations. The U.S. would be second. Lebanon. I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen because this is what I think. All right, regardless of however a product is sold. All right, it could be sold. It could be produced. It can be put in front of your face in the worst way possible. But if it's a really good product, people are going to buy it, right? And a lot of these people that come from these countries, especially, this is why we need immigration. I really do believe in immigration, especially in this country. And hear me out. The more immigrants you get in this country, the more America stays America. I'm going to tell you why, because you got a lot of shitty countries out there. A lot of countries that don't give anything to their people, and if they do give stuff to their people, they give it to the it's just shit, right? They come here, they might not agree with everything, but then they start realizing this country's great. This is a great country. America is America because of the way people act. America is supposed to be like this. Oh, you don't like me because of the color of my skin? You don't like me because of the way I look? You don't like it? Go fuck yourself. And there's nothing you can do about it. Oh, you don't like the way I sound? Go fuck yourself. Fuck you, that's why. Yep. I really think they should make a flag. You know how they have like, no, don't tread on me? They should make a flag, and it should be the 21st century, don't tread on me, and it's going to read, fuck you, that's why. And it should be a bunch of fucking 30-round magazines, drums, fucking dildos, whatever, crucifixes, Stars of David, whatever, all on one flag, and it'll just say "fuck you." That's why. Stop giving these people. Don't explain yourself. Don't explain yourself to these people. They're just trying to get you into fucking arguments. You can say, I don't understand this, I don't get it. If you don't get it, you don't get it. Yeah. Document shaming people. Yeah. Meatball, I'm telling you right now, all right? I'm telling you right now, when this whole COVID shit happened, they shamed me. They shamed me, they shamed people in my family, they shamed my friends, they shamed people on YouTube for not doing, and when that didn't work, they threatened them. How many people out there that didn't want to get the vax, right? Or that didn't believe what the CDC was saying, was told that they were just idiots and that they were contributing to all these deaths. They were murderers. You guys were murderers at one point. Terrorists. I remember people calling you terrorists. And then you got people like Hillary Clinton calling people deplorables because they vote a certain way. That's a real scumbag thing to say. I mean, that's worse than some guy with bad hair saying grab him by the pussy. I mean, seriously, would you rather the leader of the country, a leader in the country, saying grab him by the pussy, or calling half of the population deplorables? Can somebody Google the definition deplorable and put it in the chat? Can you donate? I don't know. Try it. See what happens. You're right about the order and proceed to your early delivery. I don't know what that means. Listen, I don't mind you spamming the chat with stop, but it said Noodles live state of living. What do you mean, Jimbo? Deplorable state of living? Or my state of living is deplorable? Say Z. Alright, now you're gonna do I'm sorry. I get it. I get it. Are you us? Deplorable, deserving, strong condemnation. Yeah. That again, that's what a leader of a country, a leader, is calling half the population. That's crazy. That is fucking crazy. Hillary Clinton had Gaddafi taken out to stop him from United States of Africa. Our country is fucking evil. Stan, I'm telling you right now, Gaddafi had a house about 5 miles from my house. 5 miles from my... He used to live 5 miles from me. 5 miles. I could smell Gaddafi from my house, right? This guy wasn't causing problems. And in fact, I remember this guy giving a speech before they fucking put a hit on him. They did put a hit on him. He said, "I know you guys are trying to get rid of me, and I'm just letting everyone here know." And this was directed to Europe. He goes, "The moment that you do that," he goes, your coastal cities will be flooded with African migrants." And what he meant by that was like, guys, you're going to bring all these terrorists to your countries. I'm the only one keeping them out. The only one. He was right. He was right. And they fucking killed the guy. I think once you know the truth, once you know the truth and you're in power, you become a despicable human being because you have to do despicable things. That's why I don't vote for anybody, man. I don't want anyone to be put in that situation. Donald Trump even said it. Donald Trump was the first president that I've ever heard tell you what it was like to decide if they had to drop a bomb somewhere. He goes, listen, this is what it is when you drop a bomb. He goes, you got to figure out who's there. You got to figure out how many fucking women and children you're willing to fucking kill because there's a couple scumbags there. All right. You gotta worry about what's going to happen afterward, the contamination to the place, everything. You become a despicable human being. Thank you, Anne Marie. Again, this is what a leader of a country, and Hillary Clinton's a leader, 100% a leader. This is what she's calling half the population. She didn't mince words. She didn't speak out of whatever. You know. The government was worse than a magician. Look at this hand. Well, yeah, they have to do that shit, man. If you knew what they knew, right? If you knew what they knew, and you had a job to do, I mean, let's be honest, you'd probably be doing the same fucking thing. The same thing, man. You would have to. Can you tell me hi, Omar, please? One of the worst things I've seen is forced acceptance. Forced acceptance is like the worst thing you can do. Ross Perot, again, I was too young for this, but I remember my father repeating this to me all the time. And the reason why he was like so into Ross Perot was because Ross Perot, when he was asked about businesses being able to deny service to people based on the color of their skin, he said, "Sure." He goes, "I think they should be able to do that, and in fact, I would love for them to do that because once they do that, they will no longer be in business. Business is a competition. You exclude a certain amount of the population and their money from your business or your goods, you will go out of business, and those people won't be around." It's not forced acceptance. You either you're part of a system, you roll with it, you make the best of it, whatever, you become successful. You don't force people. You know what happens when you force people? There's forced acceptance. You have a housing crash. So when Obama was talking about this housing crash in the country, where people's houses were being foreclosed on, these debts, these loans, they couldn't pay off these loans, blah blah blah. People were just sitting on these houses, and the taxes were just piling up and piling up and piling up, and they were repossessing these fucking houses. They turned around and blamed the banks. And then when you ask the banks, why did you give these loans out? They said, because the feds were threatening us, saying that if you didn't give these loans out, you were going to be considered racist, you were going to be considered all this shit. That's forced acceptance. Well, here's the deal. When I went out to go get a loan for my house, the reason why I didn't get the loan, it's not that I couldn't get it. It would have been at the numbers were astronomical. It wouldn't have been worth it for me, and in fact, I wouldn't have made any money. It just, again, it wouldn't have made any sense. But back in the day, they would give you a low interest rate. It didn't matter what your credit was. Think about that. Now we know it's a bad idea. Now we know it's a bad idea. Define successful. Okay, I'll define successful. All right. I know a guy who wants to start something called the AAC, and he also wants to create a movie called Nasty Goblins. I also know a woman who wants to do this radio show. And regardless of whatever you think it is, you think it's a stupid idea or whatever, if they achieve that, if that's their goal, and they achieve it, they become successful. That's their success. When you jerk off, you want to come, right? When you come, you're successful. They had tour buses going around America full of people being cheap homes. My mom was on the bus. Really? Where? You don't live here though, right? I thought you lived somewhere else, Top G. Do you support Muslim immigration of third world countries, sir, who thrive on our money and treatment for? I'll tell you what I agree on, or I'll tell you why I don't think that's going to be a good idea. If you get third world immigrants coming to this country, chances are they have third world educations, which means that they probably didn't graduate from high school, maybe they didn't go to college. You're putting them in this country and you're saying go at it. And when they go at it, they're being denied here, they're being denied there because they don't have a college education. I mean, I think that's got to change. If you want these people to be successful, bring them all in and say, you don't need a college education. You don't need a college education to sweep the fucking floor or start a business or get a loan or a grant or whatever. You don't need that. And if they do get these grants or whatever, you're giving it to people that are just like, wait, what is you're giving me $20,000? What am I gonna do with this $20,000? They don't even know what to do with it. It's just stupid. They can be criminals or terrorists or end up being one. Yeah, this country is filled with criminals and terrorists. That's nothing new. That's nothing new. If you don't want these people coming here because you don't want criminals and terrorists here, then you should probably get rid of half the population. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, half the government, our future president is going to be a felon. Just so you know that, guys. Our future president is going to be a convicted felon. Just let's be aware of that. Congress can't write a budget, but they can lower the Earth's temperature. Yeah, Stan. You know when you realize they're lying to you is when they need millions and millions of dollars to pass common sense laws or common sense acts and bills, and everything's common sense. If it's common sense, right? Why is it taking millions and millions of dollars and years and years and years and all this effort to pass these laws? It's common sense laws. They're basically telling you that if you don't side with this law, you're an idiot. Common sense laws are so goddamn complicated. These bills, and it's always these fucking, it's always it's like, it's these fucking, like, it's these liberal assholes, and it's just talking down to you. When they use common sense, guys, they're basically calling you retarded. That's what they're doing. They're saying you don't get it, but let's try to dumb it down for everyone. Guys, it's just common sense. Common sense. You know when you see those signs posted everywhere, like, don't like, no, you can't, like, no ice fishing, like, don't pet the lions. You know what I mean? Like, don't, no ice skating on the whatever. I don't know. It's because some asshole has gone out there and fucking died doing that. And they gotta put up a sign, and they gotta spend all this money, and they gotta get laws passed so no one pets lions, no one's wrestling alligators. Let them pet lions, let them wrestle alligators. I don't give a shit. Common sense. And then with these common sense laws comes a penalty. And usually with the common sense laws, when you break these common sense laws, right, you get like 20 years in prison. They don't tell you that. Hey Angie, how are you? Maybe Casbah. I don't really care. I don't care who's running this shit. I really don't. Like, do I think that when an ex-president, do I think that guy's just sitting home relaxing? No. These are people that will always be in a position of power, and they can't. It's like a compulsion. When people go live and they say they're addicted to YouTube, these people are addicted to politics. They're addicted to telling you what to do. Thoughts on Steve Bannon facing imprisonment? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't. If you're asking me, do you think he did something nefarious or like what the intent? Yeah, I think that guy is intentionally trying to buck the system just like everyone else, and he got caught. Absolutely. Everybody's trying to do that. Everybody. I remember when Trump came out and they were complaining about him not releasing his taxes. He's like, listen, guys, do everything you can not to pay taxes. Because that's the American way. Everybody's trying to buck the system because they know it's wrong. They know it's wrong. Guys, when you look at your paycheck at the end of the week or every whatever, I don't know when you guys get paid, and you look at how much money they're taking out in taxes, and then they're telling you that you're probably not going to collect Social Security. But in my opinion, they're picking and choosing who they're fucking prosecuting. That's the only thing that I see wrong about this is that they're picking and choosing. And this is a banana republic. I've been using this term for a few years now, and now people are starting to realize what it is. I'm starting to see memes of Joe Biden in a dictator's outfit with bananas behind him and all. It's officially a banana republic now. They're going after people they despise. Hey, PB and J. Well, whatever the fuck it is, Jimbo. I don't know what it is. My paycheck is taxed. My house is taxed. My rights are everything is everything. And then I had to pay for something. I had a bill, right, that I had to pay. It was going to take me a few years to pay it off. So guess what I thought? I had a bright idea. I said, you know what? I need more money in my paycheck. I'm not going to get a raise. I'm lucky I still have a job. So let me risk it by not having insurance. I'll cancel my insurance and I'll just get the money for it. Well, guess what? When the federal government found out about that, guess what they did to me? They penalized me for that. Everything in life is about risks. Being an American, you're taking risks. I mean, your boss, right? Your employer. Every day the guy's taking risks or the woman's taking risks doing this shit, right? You basically just take a risk by waking up every morning and going to work. That's it. They're providing everything else for you. Their company can go under. And if their company goes under, you know how many lives get ruined? Imagine having that hanging over your head every night. You got to make fucking payroll. Someone doesn't want to pay you. You got to keep a company going. Fuck that. Oh, the Jeff Bezos should be paying for everyone's fucking. Dude, I don't believe that. Thank God for people like Jeff Bezos. Thank God for people like Elon Musk and like all these other people. And regardless of however they made it, if they bucked the system along the way, at least they did that because you know what? I couldn't do that. They did it. They got this money, and guess what? They're creating jobs. They're creating this. They're creating that. They're making the world. They keep the world going. But no, you want Hillary Clinton to do it. You want Donald Trump to do it. You want fucking Joe Biden. It's not gonna happen. When dictators do that, they steamroll over you. I hate to say this, but as a slave, right? Because I truly believe that I'm a slave, right? My slave master, whoever that is, realizes that they have to make sure that I'm well fed, that I can afford this, that I can afford that. Because if I can't, then I can't produce. When government gets involved, they don't care what you can afford. They give you the bare minimum. The bare minimum. Just so you can, they'll just keep you breathing. That's a, oh, it's cold? How cold is it? How cold is it? How cold does it have to be before this guy dies? They're already starting to do it with this heat wave in the Northeast. They're telling people, and they're asking people nicely right now, but eventually they'll make it a law. Because I'm telling you right now, what I see in Manhattan is a total integration of buildings. I'm starting to realize why they're doing this. They're integrating all these buildings, they're all going online, and maybe they don't want you using your hairdryer for too long. They can tell how long you've been using it for. Maybe they'll start writing you fucking tickets. You think that's an exaggeration? You think that's an exaggeration? It's not, guys. I'm telling you right now. They're already grading. They grade these buildings on A to A, B, C, D, and F ratings. All right, guys, it's coming. It's coming. They're going to micromanage everything you do, and they want you to get electric cars. They want you to get electric cars because they're going to micromanage how many fucking miles you drive, and you're not going to be producing any carbon emissions. You're going to be using you're going to be taking from the grid that they're going to own, and they're going to tell you where to shit. They're going to tell you where to fuck. They're going to tell you, everything. Kind of like what they do to cattle. They're going to even tell you when to die. I really do believe that. When they start to micromanage your life, they will eventually tell you where to die and when to die. 110%. Yeah, that's like the guy at the gay pride show or whatever the hell it was, the festival, when he was calling me a crybaby. He was like, wah, wah, wah. Well, here's the thing. The reason why there's even a gay pride festival in Nyack, New York, is because people were going, wah, 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 wah. The only reason why you're allowed to say that is because people were going, wah, 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 wah. The only reason why you're allowed to fucking vote or do anything, or marry your husband or your girlfriend or whatever the hell you're marrying, is because you want, wah, 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 wah. Oh, you're a complainer, you complain. Just remember that. It's dumb. A squeaky wheel gets the greasing. Absolutely. And people's wants and needs are what's important in life. Again, I always said your wants are more important than your needs, and I'm going to tell you why your wants are more important than your needs. Your wants is what is going to either start a war or end a war. Your wants are going to elect someone or kick someone out of office. Your wants are, and these are wants. These aren't realities. These aren't bills that were passed, laws that were made. These are wants because they don't exist. All right? And your wants are more important than your needs. And everyone's going, wah, wah, wah. I want that. I want that. I want that. So fuck you. I give you 5 million. Okay, thank you, gangster. Yeah, you don't have to. That's the thing. Like, you want to be here so bad. You want to be here so bad. I'm allowing you. I'm allowing you to be here. You realize that, right? And it's not because I agree with you. It's not because I whatever. It's because I love you. That's the only reason why I want you to. That's the only reason why I'm allowing you to be here. Is because I love you. And I don't even know you. And the reason why I love you, right, is because of something I believe in. Maybe something that doesn't even exist. And you're fucking lucky. You don't even realize that. But I do know this. I know that love exists. I know that love is real. A lot of people don't even believe in love, which is so stupid. Lose a child or a family member and tell me that love isn't real. Lose a beloved pet and tell me love isn't real. Love who though? So I'm gonna tell you. That's a good question, Garmin. I love what God loves, and God loves you. So therefore, I have to love you. You believe in? Yeah, of course I believe in God. God's love. PB and J. I'm telling you right now, PB and J. Start asking people if they believe in love. They're gonna. A lot of people believe that it's just a feeling that you have, and you have no control over it or whatever. There's no such thing as free will. People don't even believe in free will. They really don't. There's people out there that argue that with you, and they'll argue the fact that love doesn't exist, which is really weird. And the easiest way to break it down is, again, your wants. Your wants are more important than your needs. So, for instance, do you need to drink water to survive? Yeah. So, if you decide not to drink water, that speaks volumes of you. If you decide that's your want is not your needs, but your wants. If you don't want to live anymore, you're not going to drink water. And that trumps everything. Everything. That dictates where you're going to end up. That dictates the type of person you are. That dictates everything about you. Yeah, some of us don't get the amount of love that we deserve. I'm gonna be honest with you. You want to know why? You want to know why you don't Garmin? You want to know why you don't get the amount of love that you deserve? Because it's impossible. It's impossible for me, right, or anyone here to fully 100% know you. If people knew you like God knew you, or God knows you, the ultimate creator, not the ultimate warrior, the ultimate creator. Oh, wait, hold on, let me take the sticker off. I got the sticker on the back. Now I'll leave it on. So I guess I gotta get back into that building. Well, what do you want me to tell you? The smart way to keep people passive and obedient is to strictly limit the spectrum of acceptable opinion, but allow very lively debates within that spectrum. Yeah. So the problem with that is, Stan, a lot of these people they respond to things like fucking animals. You know, like, so for instance, Justin, I have to make him understand that he can be right about certain things. He can have his own opinion, that doesn't protect him from a punch to the face. So, for instance, you do have freedom of speech, but that ain't protecting you from someone shooting you or stabbing you or punching you. Exactly, like Buckethead. Buckethead chooses to drink malt liquor. That's true. I'm lying. You're lying or you are lying? Sorry. All right, guys. So listen, I gotta take a pee. I want to take a pee into this coffee cup. Hold on. Let's make sure that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do this. Oh, I know. Hold on, guys. I gotta pee. While I pee. Listen, yesterday I had my client, who all have brain injuries, make bucket lists that put everything into perspective. The thing we all take for granted. So I remember my father telling me, he's like, Dave, he's like, you realize that you could end up with a stroke. You can lose a part of your body or access to a part of your body. You can become an invalid. I said, yeah, you're absolutely right. But at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, I'm still going to be better looking than you. You know, regardless of if my arms work or my legs work or whatever, I'll still be good. I'll still be better looking than 90% of the people on planet Earth. Oh, man. All right, I'm done. Oh, man, that was a lot of pee. Hold on, MC. Oh, shit. That was a lot of pee. That was a lot of pee. Okay. Oh, I was going to start. Oh, shit. They all want to do things most of us do all the time. Yeah. PB&J, listen. This is why Michelle and Justin are so important to me. And last night when like I was on Leo's channel and Leo was asking me like, you're going to be there are you going to be there forever, for them? And obviously not. No one can. But I'll tell you this. I think that people can learn and people see things and they see how effective things are and they apply it to their lives. And I'm telling you right now, if you don't help these people, especially Michelle, you don't tell her, hey Michelle, you gotta say thank you, please, whatever. And maybe some of you don't even know what I'm talking about. There's some YouTubers out there that are disabled, and it's not easy for me, but I'm able to do it. I'm lucky that one of them lives in Connecticut and the other one lives in Maryland, and I'm able to help them out. I'm able to go there and and do this stuff with them. But it's simple. It's simple things that you guys take for granted, like saying thank you, please, introducing yourselves. These people don't know how to do that. All you got to do is show them. Take some time out and show them. Nobody wants to do it. God damn it. I don't know why. It's like they don't want to get involved. You know what, Rick? You know what's funny you say that? I've done that once or twice. Where I've mistakenly taken a sip. You know, manners cost nothing. Some people don't have them. You know? Oh, I don't know if you know this, PB&J. I kind of know who you are, but like, I don't know if you know this. The program that we're getting Justin involved with, that's basically what they do. So when I was in Maryland last, Justin had written out a couple things that he needed and he wanted to work on. They submit it and they find someone to come out there and help him with that. You know, it might be something as simple as writing a check, or it might be something as simple as, like, you know, doing chores through the house, how to fix something, or how to whatever. It's life skills. It's sometimes people are just put somewhere and said, see you later. You know? God. This. Let's see if this works. Oh, this ain't gonna work for shit. Wait, maybe it will. Hold on. Huh. Maybe. Just maybe. Let's see if this works. Nope, not at all. Not at all. Let's see if this works. Being kindest for yes. I have one client that every day we have to write him a letter to tell him what he needs to. Yeah. I know that sounds ridiculous to most people, guys, and that what PB&J is saying is absolutely 100% true. And these programs have to exist like that. I mean, that's why it was so important that I start off with Michelle. Like, when I went out, I was like, let me see what this woman's doing that's causing all these issues. And the first thing I noticed is she wasn't introducing herself. She was kind of shy about everything. She wasn't saying thank you to anyone. Just those like little things that can cause problems or maybe solve problems. Yeah, it's not easy. And you know, Justin, I'm gonna be honest with you, Justin's very difficult. Justin is not a stubborn person. It's just that sometimes like stuff doesn't make sense to him, and you gotta explain it to him. You gotta show him. Listen, guys, I've been explaining to Justin for the longest time. You're not wrong, Justin. You're not wrong. But when you tell people this, right, you got to do it in a way that they understand, right? And he thinks he's being as direct as possible, so there's no miscommunication, whatever. I'm like, Justin, just do it like this. Trust me. Try it. And he's been trying it. It's been working. I've gotten to the point with Justin where Justin has told me, like, Dave, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable. You're forcing me to do something I don't want to do. And I have to explain it to him. Justin, try it. Just try it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, we don't ever have to try it again. Justin's a likable guy. All right. It's just sometimes the things he says, he does not. It doesn't compute with people. I don't know. Like yesterday, Justin, as far as YouTube goes, um, he did everything possible. He was the best on YouTube yesterday. Nobody else. He's got this Nasty Goblins thing going. He's got everybody talking about Nasty Goblins. People are invested in it. People are, it's a constant talk. Everyone's talking about. People are putting their energy into it. Nobody else is doing it. I mean, Berg's went live. Nobody put their energy into that. Nobody's following Buckethead. Everybody's following Justin. The most important thing you can teach Justin is that men mature through pain, failure, rejection, loss, disrespect, and heartbreak. Well, he's seen that, Stan. He's seen that. He's lived through that. The problem is that how do you get him to forget about that and just move on? He don't move on. That's the problem. Take care, Anne Marie. Thank you for coming. Love when you come. You're a very good person, Anne Marie. Thank you. Copyright infringement. Hopefully this shit is done. I'm just waiting for the pee. I did pee my pants. I don't know if you guys want to see it. I did my pants. So there's that. Waiting for it to dry. Yeah. It's hard to get over trauma, very hard to. Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially when you've been, someone is. I have that with women. Listen, off topic was talking about how this month is Men's Mental Health Month, awareness for men. Men get PTSD from relationships, a lot of things, and people just assume that they can deal with it because they're men. But I'm going to tell you something right now. The way I deal with relationships, especially after being abused in relationships. I mean, I'm not like physically abused, but like mentally. A guy will sacrifice everything for a relationship to make it work, and to all have it basically, sorry, I'm so sorry it's not working out. All right, well, and the guy just wants to know, wait, what did I do wrong? And they won't even tell you. They won't even tell you. It's probably because you haven't done anything wrong. It's probably just they're just not content with being with you. I don't know. But that fucks with a guy. And then you get men that are either abusive or they're kind of standoffish. So for instance, I don't believe in violence. If you're going to be a certain way to me, I have to step away from you. That's it. And that's considered the worst thing you can do to a woman. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, would you rather get beaten by a guy? Would you rather that guy fucking scream at you and throw you against the wall and fucking and punch you a couple? I mean, because that's what happens. That's what happens. I'm just not that guy. Men sacrifice everything for relationships. They sacrifice everything to make a home work. If they're not, then they're scumbags. And let's be honest. There's some men out there that don't give a flying fuck. Some of you are married to them, I don't know. But when a man walks away from you, right, and says, okay, and they just walk away from you, it's because they want you in their life, right? But they don't want to waste their time with the stupid fucking talk. And they know where it's gonna go. They know where it's gonna lead. If you need a guy to be like, oh, that's why most of these women are dating homosexuals. A lot of you women date homosexuals. You don't even know it, and then when you find out, you complain about it. You date these effeminate fucking creatures. And there's nothing wrong with being effeminate. I mean, listen, I have effeminate friends who, again, I love them to death. They're straight, whatever. But if you're going to complain about that, the reason why you picked that guy was because you wanted a guy that was going to be like, oh, please, what did I do? What did I do? You wanted that, and then you complain about it. Like, leave me alone. And sometimes men have to be like that. They have to step away. What's up, Comedy Flu? Fraud is uncool in relationship. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but here's the thing, Casbah. A lot of these women know what they're getting into. It's just that they live in fantasy land. They think that they're going to change a guy. They think that things are going to change. It's not. It's not. Like, as a man, I'm telling you right now, some things that I see in women that are flawed. I don't want to. If that's you, if that's your problem, and that's the way you act, I'll put up with it, right? But I'm not going to deal with it. And the way I deal with it is by walking away from you. Have your temper tantrums. Have your ridiculous shit. I don't know. Oh, check Discord. Alpha males becoming extinct. Yeah. I think that men who are raising children are raising them to become effeminate creatures. I mean, think about it. You got a lot of these effeminate men raising children. How do you think they're going to turn out? The only thing that I have a friend that told me that's not true, and he had a good explanation for it. He goes, because everything rebels. So if your parents are fucking hippies, you're going to become something else. You're going to hate your parents. You're going to hate. God damn it. You're going to hate what what you become or what they are. Not hate it, but you're going to find. Maybe we're just living through a feminine, kind of like hippies, you know. All right, let me see what we got. I'll be right back, guys. Spaghetti-o. Jesus Christ. You know, Stan, I remember I worked with this guy, Mike. He was an older guy. This is when I was in my 20s. And I think what he said was absolutely true, and I'm starting to see it today. You got a lot of people in positions of power that back in the day no one would give them the time of day. And when they become in positions of power, they influence other people. So for instance, like a guy who's making a lot of money, how you making that money? You know, show me how you're making that money. And they look up to people like that, right? So now you got all these people that are like fucking, you know, eating asshole, you know, whatever they're doing. And it's become kind of like it's an example now. So people are eating asshole. All the nerds and shit, all the nerds, all the fucking geeks, all these people are now becoming people of importance, and that's why all this freaky shit is happening. You're giving them power. They become something of importance. Everyone's eating ass. All right, listen, I'm gonna go pick something up. I'll talk to you guys.